Hello everyone, and welcome to VOD review number 7 against the London Spitfire on Route 66, and let's get into it.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Alright, so right away you guys were expecting perhaps Far Mercy or Echo Mercy, which they did bring, and you have Soldier, Ana, and McCree. That's wonderful. Good shield position here, and you've got those wonderful sight lines up here or out here, and it's okay to just play on the high ground and let them push payload right around to the corner here, and then drop down and engage onto a bit of dive that they have here, the Echo dive with Genji. So let's see where they move to in the next 5 seconds.
My barrier's down.
Okay, so nade goes in, and they missed the nade, so that's good. Alright, so here comes Winston, D.Va, there's Genji right there. Let's see, does he come across? Everybody's diving Waffle. Echo's getting a good sight line in there too. Ana's on payload. Alright. Yeah, that's a good example of a pretty solid dive right there. See the Winston barrier drops down, and then we have defense matrix follow-up right here, as well as a deletion onto Salem. So when you guys are practicing dive, keep that in mind, that identifying one diveable target, or the most diveable target, would be either our McCree or our Ana, because they don't really have mobility to get away. Of course, Brig has the shield bash and the flail. She doesn't move that fast. Zarya has her barriers. Ryan's very difficult to dive and kill instantly, and Soldier can run away. So that is pretty solid execution there. So let's see how we do here. Projected barrier used on Waffle. That's good. Now see, okay, let's see here. You have good positioning right here, Twistic, and you have a good level of HP there, and you drop off instead of actually standing right with Waffle here and swinging that flail, because I'd say for you guys to take a couple steps forward here, and you can really get a lot of value against the Genji and the Echo, because the Echo is, at this point, the Echo is playing at a very aggressive position right in front of you. So you can flail them back, shield bash the Genji, get some good value and healing in there. Keep proccing your Inspire so that you can get your AoE support in. Yeah, see, because the Genji comes in, you drop down, and that way you can keep the Genji off of your tanks and keep him out of the loop from building up that blade. Winston jumps back in on you, as well as, I believe, D.Va here again. Yes. Yeah, that was a good sleep. Unfortunately, the Winston was woken up. The Mercy will get that res off because we kind of got pushed out there, so don't let them bully you too much. You got to stand your ground on the high ground sometimes, like in this situation, and you've got to maintain your shielding and your support so that you can give an opportunity here for your DPS player and your Brig to get a lot of that damage in, and healing as well. Do get D.Va out of mech, that's good. Yeah, see, they're on the high ground, and you guys are still on the low ground, so yeah, walk right up here and kill this D.Va, and then go after the Genji here. So You got anti-pin. Good barrier on Stolen. And then, yes, everybody focusing the Winston. That's good. And then onto the Genji here. Let's see if we can kill this Genji. Good flashbang, but he is able to get out and get some healing. Yes, now it's okay to drop down on payload because they are pushing it still. Pandy contesting, that's good, and then the rest of you can walk forward to the ledge here at the edge and try and kill the Echo and the Genji. Good job. Okay, now, here we go again. Once again, you can abandon the payload and walk back up here onto high ground and stand right here, and then you'll have your sight lines here, here, and up there, because they're probably going to keep the Echo has ultimate as well as Valk. So we've got Duplicate and Valk and Nano coming in, as well as Primal. So they did build up a lot of ultimates. Of course, we can counter with the Grav and a Nano onto Waffle, like a Nano Shatter, or we could Nano Brig and get Brig in there and get aggressive with that. So Brig's still a good pick here. They've got Dive, and you can keep running Brig unless they swap to an Echo Pharah as well. Then you'd have to swap to something like a perhaps like a Baptiste or a Lucio to help your own support. But right now this group composition is very good against what they are running. We need to execute correctly with good positioning and good target callouts. Alright, so we still have Waffle on the low ground, so I need everybody to group up here and then walk over here. That's fine if you're doing a soldier flank and you're staying on this side because you have healing and you could sprint back away down here, or you can retreat in and get that mega if you need to, so that's cool. And let's see how they do the second attack. Alright, visor comes out. Now you're going to get dove for that, but I would wait, obviously, I'd wait on the visor until the Winston uses his bubble, or you can get like Diva to mech, because then you're going to get even more value. But I would say your position here is great. You just need to keep spamming damage down, either onto the supports or onto the Echo or the Genji if he threatens you. But you can kind of ignore the tanks unless they dive in on your team first, and then you can break that barrier and kill the Winston, like in that order, and then go after Demech Diva and then kill her. But it's like mainly what I'm seeing here is target priority. Positioning here now is good. Positioning here is good. That's an A+, but priority target, and when you're using your ultimate is you're using it too soon. So you're going to want to wait on that until you can get rid of that Winston barrier or get Diva out of mech, or both. Both would be great. You also have the visor option when Echo like flies up here and she's like more vulnerable. You could turn on the visor and delete her and then try and deny the res if you want to do play it like that. So let's see how they dive you. So that's the problem here, is because you didn't wait for Winston to use barrier and then they all dive you. You get a great bubble from Pandy, that's good, and then you're going to have to like retreat all the way into the back because you're getting so much pressure now. But let's see if you can survive that.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Okay, so yes, you survived that, that's fine, but like the problem is that, because of the because of not getting Winston out of barrier or and Diva out of mech, you were able to get dove really hard. So your visor was negated completely. And then we have a grav here. That's a pretty good grav, but we're going to need the big follow-up, perhaps a nade, and then unfortunately Waffly is getting primaled away, so he can't swing through this. So it's going to be up to Stolen and Pandy to right click, and I believe, yes, Salem is getting bladed up here. So yes. Oh, my correction. He didn't use Blade, but he did build Blade. Nice kill onto the Genji. And you did get the anti here. So like call Brig, anti-Brig, anti-Brig, or anti-Echo, however you want to call that, because, you know, almost dead. So get him back in the Echo form. Yep, there you go. Now, focus target is, of course, the Mercy. Good, Pandy, you already found her. And, of course, Stolen's keeping everybody alive. I believe, yes, okay, so she went after Salem. And then, so if you could try and kill the Mercy and then go after the Echo, you don't have a whole lot of stuff who could reach the Echo, but you can attempt to do that, so that'll be at least a delay, a good delay. Oh, good job getting a lot of kills there. Was the... Oh, did you just hit Q by accident then, Waffle? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That, and then you should have still had Visor either for cleanup or whatnot. Good use of Grav, good use of Nano. We have Deadeye and we have Rally. So let's see how you guys use that. Of course, Deadeye being great against the Echo and the Mercy. And you can rally, like, probably as soon as they regroup here at this point, or they come through the hallway, then you can turn on your rally because you're getting that constant armor for your entire team. So the timing on rally is very important because you don't want to rally too soon because then they won't engage. You want to rally right as they, right just a couple seconds before they engage. Alright, and everybody taking high ground again. Yeah, you guys did have some good positioning on top of this area, so this is fine. And where's Metro? Is he just standing? Maybe he's just standing in this back corner. Yeah, okay. Alright, so Deadeye goes out to try and counter the Genji. That's good. And also, yes, Rally. So I will rewind this for you a little bit. Yeah, right here, right here. Ideally right before the Winston jump, but you know that they're going to dive right here, and then you just hit your Q on the rally. Everybody's here. You can back up like 2 steps, and then you can encompass your Ana with the rally too, and that is perfectly fine because you're not going to get deleted instantly by the Winston and the Diva because you have Zarya barriers here and Waffle and your nade, so that's good. But yeah, like right here is the ideal point of when you need to hit your rally. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, I mean, you did recognize that you needed to rally, but you rallied a little bit too late, like 3 seconds too late, and sometimes that's the difference between life and death. Salem can make the call out that he's going to Deadeye, say the Genji when he blades, and then Pandy, you can barrier him, or we can get a little bit of support, like a little bit of pocket, a couple extra repair packs on him, whatnot, before he Deadeyes to give him more survivability. do get Diva out of mech. That's a good kill. Kill onto the Echo as well. Now, Winston. Everybody collapse on the Winston. Get a good feed there. Good kill on the Mercy. Yes, okay, like right here. Did not need to shatter that. He could have saved that shatter. We do have Visor for next fight. We'll have Grav for next fight, so that's good. So we'd have 3 ultimates for next fight. That way, you just like either straight up kill the Winston or ignore him and kill the Ana, and then that will like delay them further because you're staggering the kills and whatnot. But the Winston's right in front of your face. I don't think you needed to shatter him there. I'll replay this just a little bit. Yeah, right here. Okay, yeah, so did he already use jump? Okay, use jump. Fire strike, hit, shield bash. Okay, so you shattered him anyway. Right. Were you going after the Mercy too? Because she did die, so, I mean... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it definitely would have been nice to have Shatter for the next fight, but... I know you could potentially win this just with the Grav and Visor. Yes, okay, so going too far out, chasing kills, yes. So, yeah, like going right there, and then you can call Diva up top, and then everybody can circle back underneath the gas station, and then up the stairs again to retake that high ground. So we just lingered out there too long for a couple more seconds, and then it was very punishing. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Good projected there, get some energy. Okay, so that was a deeper dive into the back line back here. So that was, let's see the distance on this. I think this was a max distance jump here. And he goes pretty far on that one, yes. Hey, you get the Mercy, that's good. Yes, things are a little fragmented here. We are on a lot of different targets. So, I would suggest, at this point, I would say ignore the Diva, kill the Winston, and then try and kill the Ana. And then that way you'll have enough, potentially a good Grav here, of course, casual, and the Winston, you could grab that and then kill the Ana, so like in a 2-step process, 1 and then 2. That would be, that'd be pretty good. So let's see what we do here. Okay, so you do nail the Grav. Okay, wonderful. But yes, unfortunately not enough follow-up. Okay, you do get the Winston. Oh, and he slept. Okay. Actually, yeah, okay, so you're up by 1. Yeah. Oh, you almost get the Ana. Yeah, okay, that was just unfortunate there because during the engage we were down soldier to start things off, so we were in a 5v6 as soon as they dove, so a man down with the loss of the ultimate not being there yet. So, okay. So that's pretty much what happened there. Coming back on Hammond to stall. That's a good shield bash. Focus that on. Now just remember, because it is Tracer v Tracer now, your primary job is to eliminate the Tracer first, and then you can go after the supports or whatever target is called. And good kill on the Tracer. And the Echo. And big Ana charge on Waffle. Yeah, and here's the thing, when you're playing Tracer, you're expecting them to either come through the main area, the side area, or down here. So you can camp down here at this location-ish, around here, and then you can go up behind and then flank them from the rear. So that is one more option.
All systems checked out. Now I'll show them.
Nice shatter. You did not need to rally there because you had already won the fight. So keep that in mind. When you do rally, you want to rally at the beginning of fights, or you want to say that we're going to use Shatter, Pulse Bomb, and Nano, or just Shatter and Pulse Bomb, and then if the fight prolongs, then of course we can use other ultimates. But yeah, the rally is always at the beginning of the fight, right before you engage or right before you get engaged, so keep that in mind. That's for maximum value on everyone.
Nerf this.
That was a wasted bomb, don't do that. Yeah, so D.Va fed a lot, wasted ultimate, and staggered herself.
60 seconds remaining.
And then right here would be the optimum time to rally again, and then you can get Salem down here as well for extra armor if you're rallying, something like that, and then move over here towards that that Mega and protect that area from them being able to take it, and then engage this this Reinhardt. But this Reinhardt dropped down alone, so that was very aggressive from him.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Good nade on the Reinhardt, so just focus him. Got the Echo, the all-important kill, and a nice addition on the Zarya too. Desperation Nano onto the Hanzo. And yes, he had to contest to keep it stalled. And then we've got Zarya coming back along with another, with Echo again. Yeah. Yeah, and like they're doing desperation stall, but you can actually save the shatter here in case things start getting overwhelming and you break their barriers and then just shatter them, because they have to be around the payload. So you can stand like here, or you can stand, you know, like here, and then get a good angle on the payload when you do shatter. So keep that in mind. Yeah, this was a nice hold. Like this is very doable to push the payload this far on this map. Alright, and of course always be prepared for this. I believe Salem walks up here and checks this out. So we've got Hanzo, Genji, a nade, and perhaps some right clicks that can go up into here too. So you don't necessarily have to swap to dive just to deal with this. All of you can walk around the ground team, meaning supports and tanks can group up into a group of 4 here and walk around here and go up and kill them, or you can take your Shimada bros and then walk up here, so you can do a double flank and then kind of entrap them into that train car and force them back down onto the low ground, onto the payload.
Stop the payload.
Yeah, like that was a good pin, Waffle. Like doing stuff like this will disrupt that whole thing. Unfortunately, Salem got a little too aggressive there, and you need to be with Daddy to try and get some arrows and shots up this way. But Waffle comes through here, pins him over here, so everybody should call that out, and then delete the Reinhardt, and then that'll open some things up. Yep. Okay. And then now you can get on this Tracer and push that Zarya back. Okay, yep, and you 4 are more than a match to what they have left here with the Ana and Zarya and Reaper. Yeah, a little too soon on your personal barrier there. They weren't actually in position or ready to shoot you. Good avoiding the fire strike. Yes, and Twisted, you could stay up here or play that bridge area. You've got a sightline here, you got a sightline here, and then when the payload moves up, you can walk through here, and then you've got another good sightline onto your team. So those are your 3 main high ground positions as the team moves forward. And then if they get collapsed on, you can throw the immortality field on the payload for everybody. Yeah, big anti on the brig too. Unfortunately, you got antied, but that would be like the target that I would delete would be the brig, and then go after the Reinhardt. That was a good pin. That was a great counter shatter. It really was. They did not need to use Grav there, but they did anyway. Yeah, you know, I like this swap. Um, I guess as soon as Twistic uses the damage amp field, like right here, then you can swap to Mercy and pocket Salem as a duo. We are nearing Grav Dragon though, and we have Shatter, so we're in a pretty good position to win this fight. Yeah, break that Reinhardt shield. Then you're going to get a lot of value to build up that last remaining ultimate percentage, and then get like a 3 or 4 person Grav here, and then wipe them. See, you just got a little impatient and shattered too soon. Alright, and that's another reset. You have 2 fights left, so you don't have to be
60 seconds remaining.
you don't have to be pressured by this. They are playing close up, but they can because they're going to get a second fight. They would get a second fight about right here-ish, even if you're able to get this fight won. So you're going to have to prepare for fight number 2 in order to get the checkpoint.
Seconds remaining.
That was a huge nade. But what you got to do there, Pandy, is you got to you've got the combo ready. Daddy's full HP, and you just have to grab them, and then Dragon Strike and get 3 kills, and then you're right back in this. Yeah, I mean, sometimes just waiting a little bit too long to make the play rather than letting them get in the play first. Like right here. Yeah, you've got the Reinhardt, you got the Reaper there. The Reaper's probably going to Wraith out of it. Who cares? You've got the Reinhardt and the Zarya there. They don't have reses. You could just remove both their tanks. You can grab and drag in here, and then that's going to force their Brig and Ana back anyway, and then you can take them out and stagger the kills, and then move the payload up here, and then you're going to get another re-engage as they drop down on you. But that's just pretty much the main tactic that I'd use here. You don't even need to use the damage amp field. You can use the damage amp field for the next following fight on high ground with Salem and Daddy behind it or whatnot, and then set up right around this area for the second fight number 2. And that would be my suggestion there. Oh yes, okay, so Twisted, you accidentally threw the Immortality Field just too far forward, rather than, you just have to get used to the physics of the Immortality Field, the little discus, and you can look down and throw it straight on your feet if you're being graved or shattered or whatnot. So, especially if you're being graved or blizzard, you can throw it straight down on your feet, and then that'll protect everybody who's in the grav or blizzard. So that is just something you're going to have to get used to. But that might have bought you a couple more seconds there, so I mean, just another option to a defensive cooldown. Yeah, it was just placed a little bit too far forward. Yeah, I mean, they weren't really that spread out. They were playing kind of close together through most of this, as we see here. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Yeah. it's pretty close grouping. You could grab about 3, perhaps 4 of them. Yeah. Yeah, right here, because you do have Dragon Strike, so I mean, you don't have to worry about being in melee range. You can Dragon Strike, that grav, right click, throw a nade in, damage amp field, all kinds of that good stuff. You've got Salem's range damage as well. So, yeah, I mean, hit your grav like right here on top of the payload. And that'd catch both the tanks and perhaps the brig too. Oh, he used Wraith Form too. Oh my god, he used Wraith Form. So, if you hit the grav here, then it would have caught 4. Yeah. So, big Dragon Strike and through. And then you would have team wiped him. But, I mean, I know it's tough to win like 4 consecutive fights in a row. Essentially, that's what you have to do at this point because you only have 22 seconds left. But you'd be in overtime by the time you reach this point. But, I mean, at least you could give yourself a chance to set up for the next following fight because they did use grav, so that's that big one, and then the pulse bomb would have been ineffective because you had immortality field with that, so that immortality field would have canceled out the grav and the pulse bomb with the combination of your grav and dragon strike and perhaps even amp field. You'd still have a nanoed waffle for the next fight, and then you'd have the high ground advantage at this location here or here, and on top of Big Earls if you wanted to play that far forward. So yeah, just some options to consider in the future. So overall, it was a pretty good hold for you guys. That was very doable, holding that second area back here on Route 66. So that'd be about 4 fights typically, at least 4 fights to finish the map and get the win. But you know, overall, adjusting to the dive defense, you guys did make some good plays there. So just a little bit of tips and pointers that I noticed to help you out on the future maps. So I'm looking forward to more scrims, and I'll see you guys in the next video.